Hi, it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome back to my channel where I make a lot of cake and cookie decorating tutorials as well as give a lot of baking business tips. And I do apologize that yesterday was just a short for Vlogmas because I got really sick. I didn't have quite enough footage and things all prepared for that. So I am back on top of it, and today we are going to be making this really cute Grinch cupcake. The Grinch cupcake has been done so many times, I wanted to do a little bit of a different take on it. For the Grinch head, I'm using a mixture of green and a little bit of yellow fondant. This is going to give us that kind of lime green color that we're looking for. You could make this even more lime green by adding even more yellow, but I always like my Grinch this color. The Grinch that I'm making today is more so modeled after the newer animated version and not the live action version, but it's kind of a mixture of the two. I feel like Grinch has taken on so many different looks over the years, so this is really just my take, and he's definitely cuter. When preparing the fondant, I did use a good amount of shortening in there just to make sure that everything stays nice and pliable, especially because I'm going to be indenting like this. I want to make sure that it doesn't crack on me because nothing is worse than a cracked fondant figure. And I'm keeping the shapes really simple. To make the mouth here, I'm just using the end of a straw, but honestly, use whatever you have on hand. You don't need fancy caking tools for this one. There's a few things that make the Grinch, and I find what works best is if you make sure that the head at the top is a little bit thinner and has that sprout of hair, and the bottom is a little bit wider. And the most important part is making sure you have a lot of space between the nose and the mouth area. This is what gives us that Grinch look. And you can't forget the eyebrows either. By the way, I adhered everything with water. I did mess up icing this cupcake in the first place, which is why you see this weird like purple splotch in the center, but have no fear, it's all going to get covered up. I am using a classic 1M tip for this, and I'm going in a counterclockwise direction as I create those rosettes. Now, my general feel for this cupcake was that I wanted it to look kind of like a gift or like a bunch of Christmas decor going everywhere and the Grinch popping out in the center. So I'm going to make some ribbons out of fondant here. I'm using that pastry cutter, which is my favorite thing in the world for ribbons. Definitely invest in this, especially if you do a lot of bands on your cake or you need a lot of symmetrical things on your cake. A lot of the time, it's going to save you so much time. And I'm just going ahead and placing this on. Now, I actually did put the cupcake in the fridge so you can see the buttercream is nice and solidified. But what this does is it allows for me to move that fondant very freely and easily and place it exactly where I need it to go. And I can be a little bit rougher with the cupcake as well. Creating more ribbons here, and if you do notice that your fondant is sticking to the surface, just add a little bit of cornstarch. But keep in mind, because we're not going to be steaming the cornstarch off of something so small like a cupcake, be very sparing with the amount of cornstarch you use, or else it's just never going to go away. You're going to end up with all this white stuff all over your cupcake. I'm using a caking tool here to make these curling ribbons, but you could wrap it around a chopstick or really anything else that is cylindrical. I'm placing the ribbons haphazardly so it really looks like the Grinch has completely messed this up. Then I created 2 balls of green fondant and roughed it all up with an X-Acto knife so it kind of looks like that fuzzy skin that the Grinch has. I guess he has hairy skin, but whatever it is, he looks adorable popping out of all of those ribbons. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading every single day for Vlogmas, so be sure to come back tomorrow to see what I have planned next. And also, if you're not done with cake decorating, please head on over to the Bake Down podcast where we are reacting to baking fails. Bye!